Hi, it's Gina Mai Den doing the Greenbelt Recreation Department's virtual studio tour, and I'm starting in the hallway where we have some display cases, and my studio mate Mary is going to hold the camera for me. So all this stuff has been out here a very long time, but if you've never been up here before, maybe you haven't seen it. And all three of the artists in residence in our studio, number 302, have art in here. Let's start up here at the top. This is a wood-fired bowl, one of my favorite pieces. So a lot of my very favorite pieces are out here so everyone can enjoy them. And that's a few years old. Over here are some raku-fired pieces. I wish I could remember the name of the chemical that gets put on those that makes that effect, but you wrap them in tin foil, fire them real quick, and they're dry. That's not a glaze, but they look really cool, and I'm gonna wax them one day to make them a little shiny. And then down below the shelf, that is one of my very first wood fire octopus, maybe my second one that I ever made, and one of my favorite ones I've ever done. And he's lived out here and gotten admirers for a long time. And I love the way the wood fire made the that kind of octopus skin texture that you get. Well, octopuses can change their skin texture, and anyway, there's a lot about that I can't get into. Watch my Octopus Teacher on Netflix. Below that is another favorite animal of mine, a platypus that I made for an art show, Mad Libs art show, curated by a former artist in residence many years ago. So one of my favorite things to say in Mad Libs for an animal would be platypus, and that's why I made that one. He's very cute. Over here, I have a couple more pieces in this case. One of my favorite wood-fired pieces, a big vase. And everything on the outside below the rim is all from the wood kiln, from the ash that lands on the pot. All the color and texture is from that. Maybe there's some slips below it of different colors, but that's what happens with the wood kiln. You get a glaze and different textures from it. And on the bottom shelf is, oh, yes, Mary's still looking at it for me. Thank you, Mary. On the very bottom shelf is a jar. I did a lot of jars like this a while back. It's got texture under the glaze, done with wax resist erosion, and it's just one of my favorites, so it's out here for everyone to see. And let's go into the studio. Later on, we'll see Karen Arrington and Mary Golick, and they're in here with me too. They're getting ready. I'm moving too fast?
No, don't run into the shelf.
Oh, okay. So, mostly I do pottery, and I teach a lot of pottery, but we can't have wheel classes right now, in person at least. So I'm teaching some hand building, and I'm taking some sculpture because also my gym is closed, so I have some more nights free. So over here I've been taking Chris Courson sculpture class, and this is the first thing I made in that. And I haven't made anything like this ever before, but I had a good time making it, and probably going to make a few more things like that. This clay that we're using in the sculpture class,
Great camera work, Mary.
is different. I've never used it before, and I'm really liking it and finding it very interesting the way it behaves. These are just some. I just kind of put it out as sampling on this rolling card I acquired recently. That's why it's kind of sitting in this space. But I like these little tiny bowls that I alter the rim, and then this glaze is some of our studio glaze is layered. Many moons ago now.
What's her name?
Her name? She doesn't have a name yet. Sorry. I'll take suggestions. Yeah. Or, you know, maybe one day someone will buy her and they can name her. I'll let her name them. I had like I don't remember if it was a dream or I was waking up and I had a vision of a piece unlike anything I'd done before. And this was sort of a first rough draft of it where I just kind of had a slab of clay and it wasn't big enough, so it's not as big as I wanted. And I didn't get the glazes how I wanted, but I kind of still like how it came out. These little pieces can come out, and I plan on one day mounting this, but these pieces will be Velcroed in so they can come in and out. But they're going to be changed a little bit because the color didn't come out quite how I wanted. Although I think on camera they look pretty close to what I wanted. Up close, they're not quite what I was after. Okay. Next to it is one of my little octopuses. I sell a lot of these, so I don't have many right now, but this is a good one, right? It's pretty cute. And I've been putting octopuses on things too. I wonder if that little plate is around, if I sold that. There it is. While you're filming, I'm going to reach out and grab something because I want to show this one off too. So sometimes I'll make an octopus, and then I'll have made a plate, or something, and then I'll stick them together in the glaze. So this plate was sort of like a scrap, like a quickie that I used to wipe off my brushes on. So, especially with the studio closing, I've starting to use more commercial glazes, and I've got quite a collection. And they're kind of expensive, so you don't want to just rinse your brushes off all the time. So I'll wipe them off on a plate, and I've got another one started. You might see around the corner. So that's, I think, it's kind of a handle, a little serving thing, or just you could put crackers around there or something. Let me just put that down there. Okay. The rest of the pottery, some of it's old, some of it's new. My little cupcake stands are something I have a lot of fun making. Do a little slip trailing on some of them, which I don't do very often. And I kind of thought this one came out really, really fun. That's a glaze called Saturation Gold. And they're for like a special occasion. You can serve cupcake. This is a little hand-built cup I made. I got a new texture tool that I was playing with a lot, and I hand-built this cup. And I did this sort of ombre effect on it. How are we doing on time?
What is this?
10 minutes in.
What is that?
That's how many people are watching. 13
okay.
people. Okay. So we're going pretty slow through here.
Yeah, you got 7 minutes.
7 minutes, that's lots of time. All right, well, anyway, there's a lot more pottery here. I kind of like, I don't think I showed off this jar last time. It's been around a while, but I had a lot of fun making that, demonstrating it for my level 3 wheel class, the techniques to make something like that is thrown on the wheel but then altered quite a bit. And it's a jar. The split is between the sort of turquoise and the green there is where the lid comes off. Yeah, that's a fun one. Oh, and this is another, I really like this. The glaze didn't quite come out how I wanted, but it's a tiny little octopus attached to this mug. Can you see him? Mm-hmm. He's got orange eyes. When I was teaching the level 3, me and my class split up some cone 6 porcelain, and I had it around for a while and I didn't do anything with it. So I finally made some mugs out of it, and there's like this really soft feeling to the porcelain that I really like, and I think I want to work in more. The glazes came out really nice on it. And those are some of our studio glazes there. All right, anything else in here? Not that much, there's lots of pottery. I've been getting some commissions for octopus casseroles. One I have over there that I can't sell because it bloated in the wood fire, but I've been making some in the Cone 6 electric. So this is a commission, and I'm about to ship it this week to Florida, as someone bought it as a birthday present for someone. I have some more wood-fired pots on this shelf, but I haven't done a wood fire in a long time, so there's just a few. Although this is one that I really, really love, this bowl. All that texture, there's a glaze in here, but all that texture is from the wood ash on there. And all that is wood ash glaze. Maybe Karen will talk about wood fire a little bit when she does hers, because she does it a lot. And then, so this shelf has been taken up with a lot of my bisque, sort of ready, waiting to be glazed. So I only have one teapot left that's finished, so I have a couple more I need to glaze and get on the shelves for our upcoming Festival of Lights craft fair. Is going to be all online this year, and we're trying to get ready for that, setting up online shops if we don't have them. So I've been teaching hand building over Zoom. We have hand building classes for adults, and that's something new for me too. I've taught hand building to kids and wheel to adults mostly, and kids. But I've been having a lot of fun teaching hand building to adults, and this is just like a cart I use to carry my stuff to the other room where I do the class and show. So there's a lot of stuff on here for examples, and the glasses I need to see the iPad. And then over here I have I cleaned out my attic at one point and had to bring a lot of old pottery in, so some of this is over 20 years old, I think, like that teapot, and that other thing, they're from the 90s, I believe, some of those things. And a lot of my that's another favorite piece that I've just kept, a wood fire. And glaze tests are over here, just kind of stacked up too. That's one of Mary's favorites that I've made. It's got a bunch of underglazes, and all the different colors are from underglazes, and then one glaze over it called opal, and the rest are underglazes, all the colors. The blue is the opal glaze. And then here's just more bisque storage, things I haven't gotten to glazing yet. And some of my commercial glaze collection is here and there. What'd you say, how many minutes?
3 minutes.
3? Okay, so let's go over to my work area. I've got a few more things I want to show you. In the sculpture class I'm taking with Courson, who I believe is coming up soon, I made this, which I've always wanted to make, and it's not quite exactly how I envisioned, but it was my first try, and it's just a big, sort of pebbly looking, shallow bowl. You know, you can put fruit in there or whatever, but it's like maybe a statement piece.
It's hollow.
And it's hollow, yes. You can say those things out loud, Mary. It's hollow. This was a butter dish I made for the hand building class, and I just wanted to show the texture tool I used to get the texture on this. I used the stamp on the slab and built this out of it, and then I picked a glaze that showed that texture off. That's the same glaze combination as those little bowls, I think. Here's the other Octopus Casserole commission I'm working on, and I make him or her separate so that I can more easily make the octopus a different color than the rest, but this will be attached when it's glazed and be the handle for the lid. So that's a big project I've been working on, and I've got a few other things.
Julie's asking if that's a closed form.
It is closed. There's just some pinholes in it. Yep. Here, I'll pick it up. I put some underglaze on the bottom too. Purple.
Those are the pinholes.
Yep, those are pinholes.
You might want to say why you put pinholes in it.
Pinholes in a whole hollow thing. Oh yeah, so the air can escape when it's fired. If the air can't escape, boom. Over here, I've just got some little things I made. You know, a little octopus in my last hand building class. A box. This little. Recently, I had a commission to make a mug with an octopus, and I made two because I wasn't sure what style to do. And this was the one. This is the one that I haven't finished yet, but the other one already went to the person who was commissioned it. And we're almost done here. I'll just show one more thing. I've made a giant planter because my plant keeps throwing its dirt out of its pot. So I needed a bigger one, and I threw that just the other day. And on the windowsill I have a bunch of older stuff that I just like to keep.
Okay, you're at 2 o'clock.
I'm at 2 o'clock, and that's probably long enough. Any more questions? Oh yeah, Julie, I didn't throw that. That was hand built out of the sculpture clay. If that's you. She's talking about this, or is she talking about the planter? Doesn't matter. Yes, that was hard to throw, the big giant planter, but I did it. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you in person soon.